Well, gonna do my first impressions video of Analogue's Mega Sg while this thing focuses. So in this box you get the Analogue Mega Sg console. Does that have a dent in it? Oh well. So with the system you get, with this box you get the system itself, the Analog Master System game cartridge adapter, which works pretty well, and I'll talk about more about that later on, probably in part 2 of this impressions video. An HDMI cable, a USB cable with worldwide USB power supply, which attaches up to the one end of the USB cable. Oops. So here you have the Analogue logo here, indented in the box. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. The Super NT also had that, and I just noticed that when I took it out, but the indentation is it's kind of worn off because it's not all that deep. I don't know if it'll show up in the camera. So get this out of this box. It's kind of stubborn. So first off, you get a little pamphlet. I like that touch there, the blue. You can get any kind of controller, like an original 3-button, 6-button, which that's what I'm playing this with, original controllers, or 8-bit DO or DO controllers. You also get a spacer for the Sega CD. It looks kind of like a mouse pad. I don't think I'll use that. I didn't grow up with the Sega CD. I'm not really interested in a lot of the games for the system because they're on other systems as well, even some modern systems. So I guess I'll show the accessories first. Oh, where's the adapter? Oh, it's in there. So there's the spacer for Sega CD. It's even labeled. Get the adapter to put away with the games for it. There it is. Here's the adapter. Here's the front. It actually says on the thing here, MS adapter 1.0, and here's the front. It's even labeled as the front. So you just stick your cartridge in there and off you go and play your official Sega Master System games. Here's the HDMI cable. I have a much longer cable, so I don't really need this. But I thought I would show their attention to detail is great here. You have the Analog logo there. It's actually indented into the plastic. I don't see myself using this anytime soon since my setup doesn't really allow for it. I don't have my TV's not, I guess I could put it on the thing there. But here's the console itself. This is the Japanese version with the Japanese colors. So you have the red and the blue. The American version of this has the red and white, but very light system, or kind of light. It's slightly heavy. Here's the back. I actually haven't looked at this. You have a grid here, Analog logo, FCC, and other things there going on. This is also has a logo there for you not to throw this in the trash. And it's not recyclable either, I guess, according to them. But great system though, FPGA system. That's a filled programmable gate array. That's the new technology. All the games played through here are not done by software emulation, but rather by hardware emulation, which is a lot better. There's the slot there, and I've played nearly every single Genesis game that I own over the past couple weeks after receiving this, and I think I had it for about 3 or 4 days before I actually opened it. Had the time to. What can I say about this great game? The games, I don't know, I enjoyed them way more playing them on this system than I did on an original Model 1. And I actually kind of enjoyed this more than actually the Super NT, and that's surprising because I did not grow up with a Sega Genesis. A babysitter of mine, she had bought one for her son, and of course I think the ever, excuse me, the very first game that I remember playing on the system was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Of course, her son had both systems, you know, so we'd play all different kinds of games. But anyways, yeah, with this system you can actually change up the sound, turn certain channels down. You can add noise to the sound to actually complement some games. It actually helps the game sound more authentic, like you're playing on the actual Sega Genesis hardware. The menu system is great. You can change the font of the menu, change the color of the LED light here. And I did update the system to the latest firmware update, so that helped as well. Some certain things, I forget what the fixes were, it was a list. So yeah, that's up to date. Playing these classic games with a receiver and really good, or good speakers I should say, makes a big difference. So I'm hearing things in the games that I didn't hear quite as well with an original Model 1. That's not to say that the sound chip in there is bad. You can also mimic the Model 2 sound chip with this system, which is really cool. Excuse me, it's late. The system does have one game built into it, and that is what is it? Ultra Core, made by Psygnosis and DICE. DICE went ahead and finished up the game, and I guess Analog had exclusive rights to release it. So, and the original name of the game was Hardcore or something. But yeah, great run and gun shooter. It's a side scroller. You're gunning down robots, and like flying robots, some that have legs, that are running towards you. It's pretty much it's very reminiscent of the Alien 3 game. Kind of same concept. You're timed to get through each level, take elevators up and down to get key cards and ammo and coins and health to get through each section of the stage. But with this game, everything pretty much loads seamlessly. There's barely any load times in the game. So I've been having fun with that, as well as the physical Genesis games that I have. I bought more and showed those in the last pickups video, and what else? And I've actually bought more. Those will be on the way here soon. Probably by the time I release this video, I probably would have already received those items, but you'll see those in a later pickups video later on this year, towards the tail end of the year. But yeah, you can't go wrong with the system. It is a little pricey, but the money you spend on it is well worth it. I haven't had any issues with any of the games that I've played with this. What else? Probably pick up some more games to play with the Master System adapter. So this is what I've been playing with, an original 6-button controller by Sega. It's in very good shape. So I do plan on opening this, which is the Sega and Retrobit teamed effort 6-button arcade pad. This is the clear blue, or ocean blue as I call it. And I will open this on camera and play probably this with it first, and then try it out on an original system. I've really been looking forward to this. I wanted to do this last week and the week before, but just didn't have time. Had other things to take care of. The next impressions video I'll show on this, or with the Analog Mega Sg, I will probably be showing game footage. It'll probably just be the camera pointed at the TV because I don't have the software right now to capture anything, or a capture card. And the way my computer is set up, I probably can't run the wire that far. So yeah, I mean, look forward to another impressions video. I would recommend getting one of these if you're into classic games like Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. So I do thank you for watching. Your continued subscriptions I appreciate.